the name of that track. It's by Calgary singer-songwriter Ian McKay, and the story behind it is incredibly empowering. Ian joins me in studio this morning. Thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having me, Kathy.
So the lyrics, you can take my life, but you will never be able to kill my energy. Very powerful. What does it mean?
Well, I had dedicated the song to my cousin who was a victim of suicide. He had passed away in 2010, and I really wanted to carry on his legacy of music. And so I had dedicated this song to him, and as well as I wanted to have a tribute to suicide victims in general. And in this song I had put a message in to give hope to people who are suffering from depression and other things that may cause them to want to decide to take their own life.
That's right, and there's a reason why you were behind this too. You've struggled yourself as well, and that's what, as far as I've read, inspired you to make music. Yes,
I've had my ups and downs as well. I suffered a drug and alcohol addiction, well, substance abuse, and a lot of depression involved with that as well. Over the last 2 years I've been sober. I cleaned up, and I decided to throw my life into my music and be a full role in my family. That's what kind of was a wake-up call for me, was hitting rock bottom and realizing that I could have possibly lost my family. Right. And so just I chose to get through that.
Right, and now you're trying to empower other youth as well, especially in the First Nations community. Let's talk about the suicide rate amongst First Nation youth. It's staggering.
Yes, it's scary. Some of my research I've done told me that it's the #1 cause of injury-related deaths amongst Aboriginals, as well as 5 times greater than the national average. And in Inuit, it's actually 11 times greater than the national average, which is scary.
Based on your first-hand experience, why do you think these problems are so prevalent?
Well, I believe these problems are so prevalent because of social problems, drug abuse, depression. All these things are inside of reserves, Native communities, and they are prevalent. And those are issues that need to be dealt with. And that's what I want to touch on. That's what I want to help. Right. I want to reach out to my community and be able to make an impact there.
Any solutions that you can think of from your perspective? Or as a starting point, you know?
As a starting point, I guess just being able to know when we're in trouble or when we're having feelings of suicide, and wanting to reach out and knowing the proper channels to reach out to, and being aware of these things. That's what I want to do. I want to help make people aware of these things so they know the proper channels, they know where to go to get help, and they're not just left hanging at the end of their rope.
That's right. How are young people responding to your efforts, to your campaign right now?
Well, I've been speaking to youth at the Boys and Girls Club, and they've responded well. I thought it was going to be a tough thing, a tough issue to deal with. And when I sat down to talk with them, I noticed it was a tough thing to deal with, but it was a needed thing. And in the end, I found that afterwards that they were empowered. They needed to hear these things.
Right. When you say that you thought it was going to be tough at first, was it because you thought maybe they couldn't open up or wouldn't open up to you?
I thought that they didn't want to open up to people in general, and I thought it might be tough for me, but it also might be an easy in for me because I am from the Aboriginal community.
And they can relate to you.
They can relate to me being from there as well.
All right, thank you so much for coming in today, Ian. Ian McKay. For more information about Ian's music, you can definitely visit MR.WORKmusic.com. And of course, if you are feeling like you need help or you need to talk to someone, the Distress Center's hotline is 1-800-SUICIDE.